Good evening and greetings from Kotak Securities. We are delighted to welcome you to the webinar on pledge process and upfront margin, basis the new guidelines set by SEBI. I now take this opportunity to introduce Mr. Ashish Nanda, our presenter today evening. Ashish is the Joint President at Kotak Securities and Business Head for Private Client Group, Bank Channel, and Commodities and Currency Business. Over to you, Ashish.
Thanks, Amrita. Thank you very much. I welcome everyone on the call. The reason why we kept this call on upfront margin and pledge process is that last 15 days, there are a lot of queries which clients have been sending us on how margining system works in the new regime. I will hold this call for a moment. There's a small announcement happening here in our office. I will hold it for a moment.
This must be the fire drill that we do on a regular basis for the safety of our employees, if I'm not wrong. So please bear with us. Ashish will be with us shortly.
Yes, I'm really sorry. We can start now. There was a small announcement on fire drill that we have in the office regularly. So that was for the same. So just coming back to the new margining system. So there are these two circulars which have been issued by the regulators, SEBI, and there is a FAQ which is issued by NSE which goes into effect from 1st of September. Before I start with my presentation on how the margining system works, I would want to share why these circulars were in fact issued by SEBI. Broad reason is that over the last couple of years, there have been instances where clients' funds and clients' assets, clients' securities have been misused by a few intermediaries. So investor protection is the basic reason why these two circulars have come. These circulars are good for the investor and they protect the investor against any misuse of any kind by any intermediary. So that's the precursor of these two circular. And without losing much of time, I will now start with the presentation on these two circulars. We'll have a Q&A session post that. Yeah, so this presentation is on upfront margin collection and margin pledge mechanism, which came into effect from 1st of September. So I have divided this whole presentation into two parts. The first one is upfront margin collection, and then I will take you into the pledge process, how it is done. So broadly, the questions that everybody is asking is, what is the new upfront margin circular all about? So just to give you a small precursor, in derivative segment, upfront margins was always necessary to be collected before a trade. So if you were doing futures and options in equity, you were doing futures and options in index, Nifty, Bank Nifty, or you were doing F&O in commodities or in currency, if you're buying gold or you're doing a USD contract, upfront margin was always compulsory. So there are various percentages depending upon the volatility, upon the liquidity. So in currency, for example, the margin is about 3.5%, while in Nifty, the margin go as much as about 18 to 20%, and in stock futures, it is even higher. So there are various, on basis on the commodities volatility, the various margins were always levied in the equity markets. But now, effective 1st of September, upfront margin is required in cash segment before placing any trade as well. That means if you want to buy a stock or sell a stock, upfront margin is required from 1st of September. So prior to 1st of September, technically a broker could have given you a limit without margin. So if your margin, you don't have margin, you don't have anything in your account, and you still want to buy a share, broker could have technically given you a limit to buy a stock without you paying upfront margin for that trade. However, effective 1st of September, this all stops. What can be considered as margin? So margin can be given by the client in two forms. One is cash and cash equivalent, or in the form of securities. Cash broadly includes pure cash. You can transfer funds from your bank account into Kotak Securities and trade. Cash equivalent technically covers bank fixed deposits and bank guarantees. Most of the brokers don't take bank guarantees as margin, and a lot of brokers don't even take fixed deposit, but technically fixed deposits can be taken as margin along with cash. Second way of giving margin is margin by way of pledging your securities. So I will come to pledging a little later. I have a separate section on pledging, but yeah, stocks, mutual funds, bonds, ETFs, government securities. So there is a full list of securities which technically can be treated as margin for the purpose of trading in equity markets. But broadly, this market generally trades on stocks and on mutual funds. But yeah, if you have got bonds, if you've got exchange traded funds, if you've got government securities, those can be given as margin as well. So just to give you a small precursor on what is margin and why upfront margin circular was issued. Now, I've just tried to make the presentation a little easier. I've made it in the form of a Q&A. We will go transaction by transaction. Do you need margin to buy securities? The answer to this is upfront margin will be required to buy any securities, whether in equity derivatives, commodity derivatives, or currency derivative segment. Yes, whatever you want to buy now, upfront margin is compulsory. And as I have told you in the previous slide, this upfront margin can be in the form of cash, or it could be in form of stocks or mutual funds. Do I need margin to sell securities from my Demat account? So while the clean answer to this question is you need upfront margin to sell your securities. However, there is a small carve out which the regulation has given, which says that Kotak Securities can do an early pay-in. Now, what does early pay-in mean? Early pay-in means that if you are selling a stock, till now, the settlement of that stock used to happen on T+2. That means if you're buying a stock on Monday, the pay-in to the exchange happens on T+2, which is Wednesday. Similarly, if you are buying a stock on Monday, you get those stocks from the exchange on T+2 on Wednesday. However, early prepayment means that you can now deliver to the exchange on the trading day itself. So technically, if you sell the stock on Monday, and if the broker is able to do a prepayment on Monday itself to the clearing corporation, that means the broker can take out the stocks from your DP into his pool, and from broker's pool, it can give to the clearing corporation on the same day. This early pay-in will be treated as upfront margin for the sell leg of the trade. So if you want to sell your holdings, technically you do not need upfront margin. You can simply sell those stocks, and as Kotak Securities, we will do an early pay-in to the exchange on the same day. However, in case you want to sell securities from another Demat account, other than Kotak Securities, Kotak Mahindra Bank, and IndusInd Bank, we are naming these three because they are our partner banks right now, and you have a power of attorney on these three accounts, then there is no problem. But for all accounts which are standalone Demat accounts that you have, and from there you want to sell any stock, for all those cases, you will need an upfront margin. So for example, just to say, you have a trading account in Kotak Securities, but you have a standalone Demat account with stock holding, and you want to sell a stock which you hold in your personal Demat account, you now have to give 20% upfront margin or whatever the prescribed percentage is upfront before doing the trade, and before T+2, you have to actually deliver those stocks to broker pool. So selling a stock from a POA account, Kotak Securities will take care of it. You need not give a stock margin. but stock margin or cash margin, whatever. But in case you want to sell a stock which is not there in the POA account, but you want to sell it from your personal demat account, you need to give upfront margin. How much margin will be charged to sell securities bought on the previous day? So this, in this market, there is a trading term called BTST, buy today, sell tomorrow. So this is a widely acknowledged term in this market. Earlier, what used to happen is you did not require margin to sell securities that were purchased on the previous day. So if you're buying something on Monday, you could have technically sold it on Tuesday. The only risk that you ran was that if the stocks that you have bought did not come out in pain, there could be an auction on your sale transactions. This was very small percentage, but this was the risk that a client was running if he was doing a BTST transaction. So he was buying on Monday, he was selling on Tuesday. Technically, the buying transaction leg, the shares used to come to the client's account on Wednesday. And for what he has sold on Tuesday, he was supposed to deliver on Thursday. So technically, broker used to transfer the stocks on Wednesday to his demat account and used to take it out from the demat account of the client on Thursday and deliver it into pain. However, now upfront margin will be required on both the legs of this transaction. That means on the buy side also you need 20%, and on the sell side also you need 20%. So if you have a stock where the margin is 20%, earlier only 20% was required to do the whole two legs of the transaction, buy and sell. Now 20% is required on the first leg, as also 20% is required on the second leg. On T+2 day, however, you will not require upfront margin to sell, though there could be a possibility of securities getting auctioned. So I'll just explain you what this means. While on Tuesday, we will get the payout from the exchange and it will be delivered to your demat account. The payout comes a little later in the day. It comes at about 1, 2 o'clock. However, the risk that you run is that if you sell these transactions, these stocks could go in auction, because the buying leg, the stocks in the buying leg would not have come to you. So if there is a pain shortage on your buying leg, you will not be able to deliver the stock on the selling leg. However, technically speaking, BTST, buy today, sell tomorrow, is not possible, but buy today and sell on T+2 is, it will be going on the way it is going on right now. So technically, buying on Monday, selling on Tuesday is possible only if you have margin on both the legs, but buying on Monday and selling on Wednesday is no problem at all. Now coming to intraday transaction. So I've covered the buying leg, I've covered the selling leg. I've now come to the intraday transaction. Now you need upfront margin to place first leg of the transaction. Additional margin for square up leg is not required for intraday transaction. That means if you buy something on Monday, you will need that 20% margin. However, if you square it off there and then, this selling transaction will go seamlessly. However, if you buy on Monday, as I told you on the previous slide, you will not be able to sell on Tuesday. That means intraday transactions are allowed seamlessly. There is no problem. You can buy on Monday, you can sell on Monday. There is no requirement of margin on the second leg. We have a product which is called a super multiple product. This product generally gives higher leverage to a customer. This product will continue as usual. However, in this product, as you would all know, most of probably listeners on this call would know that super multiple, while it allows you higher leverage, it squares off your transaction by default at 310. So whatever you bought, so how this product works is, you buy anything on Monday, you can leverage it. So if just to take an example, that there's a stock which leverages 10x, so you can buy, by paying 1 lakh rupees, you can buy stock up to 10 lakh rupees. You can place a stop loss for this transaction. However, if the stop loss doesn't get triggered and you do not cut the stock at a specific profit on the same day, at 310, this position will get squared off by the system automatically. So this product continues as of now. However, there is a separate circular of SEBI which makes peak margin compulsory effective 1st of December. So on the highest level of positions on a day, you need to give peak margin. So it is a graded kind of a circular. For first 3 months, the margin required is 1/4. Then it keeps going up to 1/3, one half, and then full margin required. But till 1st of December, technically, a broker can give you a higher limit on your margin, and super multiple product can be done. Intraday, in short, intraday can be done. You can buy today, sell tomorrow. It continues as usual. And in some super multiple order, so you can do a higher multiple as well. Super multiple order is available on your order screen. So when you're putting in an order, there is the choice of choosing a super multiple order and placing an order. That order can be used. When can I utilize my intraday profits? So what used to happen earlier is all intraday profits were released instantly. So for example, you had 1 lakh rupees of a stock. You were able to sell that stock at say 1 lakh 5,000 rupees intraday. You bought at 10 o'clock, you sold at about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and you made 5,000 profit. Technically, you could now do another trade with that 5,000 rupees as well, which was an intraday profit. However, now going forward, for cash segment, intraday profits will be released only on T+2. So if any profits you make on T day, the settlement of those profits will happen to the broker on T+2, and thereafter only broker can give you limits against that order. So limits will not be available on instantly on the same day. For future and options, since the settlement happens on T+1, your profits will be released to you on T+1. Option premium received can be utilized only for trading in option segment. So just wanted to, these are smaller instances of profits, but I just thought that for clarity, I will share this with you. For buying against sold securities. So there's a lot of question that people have been asking, that if I sell a stock from my DP on Monday, will I be able to buy on Monday itself or not? So buying cannot be allowed unless the securities are delivered to the clearing corporation through EPI. I just explained you what early pay-in just meant. If early pay-in is done, buying limit can be given. So technically what the regulation says is, if you allow a client to sell and you want to give limit to a client against that sell transaction, that can be given only if the broker does an early pay-in. So just to give you an example, on Monday you had about 1 lakh rupees of Reliance lying in your, I'm just taking as an example, lying in your demat account. You sell that 1 lakh rupees of Reliance on Monday. Now, can I give you credit for that 1 lakh to buy, say, some other stock, Infosys, on the same day? The direct answer to that is no. However, if broker can deliver that stock to the clearing corporation, so he can take the stock out of your DP, Reliance from your DP into the broker's pool, and from broker's pool, he can give it to the clearing corporation on day one, which is Monday. Technically, he can give you limit. But since this transaction could be an intraday transaction also, you have bought Reliance and you can sell transaction, generally a broker will do a prepay only at the end of the day. So the answer to this is two parts. There are two kinds of securities. One will be pledged securities, one will be unpledged securities. While I'll come to pledged, the way of pledging and why pledging a little later. You will have two types of stocks in your demat account. One is a free stock, 1 lakh rupees of Reliance, which is not pledged to anyone. They are free securities in your account. If you sell those stocks, you will not get the limit on the same day. You will get the limit only on the next day, because we will do a prepay to the exchange only at the end of the day. So if you sell something on Monday, I will do a prepay at the end of the day on Monday, and Tuesday you will have limit against that stock to buy whatever you want. However, if your stocks are pledged, so if this 1 lakh rupees of Reliance is pledged in favor of Kotak Securities and you sell on Monday, technically we will allow you to buy on the same day, because this 1 lakh rupees of Reliance will serve as margin for both the leg of the transaction. The first leg, which is selling 1 lakh rupees of Reliance and buying 1 lakh rupees of, say, Infosys. So again, just reiterating, unpledged stocks, you will not get the margin on the same day, you get them the next day. Pledged stock, you will get limits on the same day. I will move to the next slide. Derivatives, as I explained initially, the life remains the same. you were earlier also supposed to give stocks as margin or cash as margin. The life remains the same. Cash or cash equivalent or in the form of securities, you have to give as margin. The only change is now it has securities have to be pledged. Again, as I said, I will explain this to you a little later. So this ends my first circular on upfront margin. Upfront margin. So just to summarize the whole thing into one word, upfront margin is now required for cash transactions the way it was earlier required in futures and options. So it is a mandatory requirement. If you do not have margins, your trade will not go through. Now I'm coming to the next circular, which is the new pledge mechanism. So I'll tell you just to what is this new margin pledge mechanism, and I will try to explain you what we were doing earlier and what we are doing now. So I will just read this out. Earlier, margins against securities was given on the basis of shares held in client's demat account, where power of attorney on such demat account was given to the broker. Hence, you could simply buy and sell or as all acceptable securities lying in your demat account one considered as margin. So what it means to say is, when we open a demat account at Kotak Securities, a trading account at Kotak Securities, the clients open a demat account and a trading account and give a power of attorney of that demat account to the broker, so that broker can do seamless pay-in and payout of securities. This transaction technically was misused by a few brokers who misused this power of attorney and misused clients' stock lying in their demat account for some other purposes, which was not allowed. So power of attorney did not give anybody the authority to do anything with the power of attorney except doing a pain, but people misuse this power of attorney. So now stock lying in your demat account where the POI is with broker cannot any further be treated as margin for the purpose of trading in stocks. So if you want to buy a stock earlier, whatever was lying in your demat account was treated as margin. And for example, in your demat account, say 10 lakh rupees of stocks is lying. When you were logging into Kotak Securities, you could simply go on the buy page, buy page, and you could just buy a stock because we were treating this 10 lakhs of your DP as margin. But now the mechanism has changed. Now to utilize margin against securities, you will need to pledge your securities in favor of the broker designated demat account. After completing the margin pledge process, you will be able to transact using the security margin. So now what the regulator has done is, regulator has created a mechanism where it says securities cannot be used. So now if you want to treat it as margin, the client has to give you a specific pledge request to treat the stocks as margin, and then only this can be treated as margin by the broker to buy and sell stocks. So it is a change in mechanism. Earlier, you were not doing this transaction at Kotak Securities. You could simply come, look at what margins were available. So whatever was cash available with the broker was given to you as margin. Whatever was stock available in your demat account where POA was with Kotak Securities was treated as margin, and you could seamlessly trade. But now that stock lying in your demat, we cannot give you as margin. You will have to specifically pledge in favor of Kotak Securities. So it's a change in mechanism. It's a change in mechanism which is positive for the customer. How to mark a pledge? Now, very important. Now you have to mark a pledge, and then only you can trade at the broker's end. All our online platforms have an interface through which the pledge can be initiated. So just to give you an example, most of our clients trade through our mobile app, which is called the Kotak Stock Trader. Once you log in, there is a small button at the bottom called More. The first option in that button is the pledge option. So sorry, I have that in the presentation. So I will just take you through. How do you mark a pledge? Pledge process on Kotak Securities. This is how the front screen of a Kotak Securities trading app looks like. So it shows Nifty, Sensex, and at the bottom, if you can see, the fifth button is called More. Once you click that button More, you go to this page where the first option on the top is pledge for margin, get margin against your stocks. So after that, you click the pledge on for margin button, and you get onto this page where it says pledge for margin and pledge for margin trading. I will come to margin trading a little later. So once you pledge for margin, it says, gives you two options: select all. You can deselect all as well, and then choose a specific stock. You can, for example, in this stock, what we have done is we have unchosen this all select all option, and we have chosen only one stock called Trent. The client has got 40 shares. We have chosen 10 out of those 40 to be pledged. And for example, if you also see SBI on the top, there is a checkbox. You can click that checkbox if you also want to pledge SBI as margin. So this is the screen which opens. You can pledge it. You can put in the quantity and punch the last button, proceed to pledge. So you can pledge all the stocks.
Ashish, your voice is not audible.
Okay, just one sec. Amrita, is it audible now?
Ashish, your voice is not audible.
It is audible, sir, now. Yeah.
Is it audible now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I think there was some Wi-Fi issue. So, okay, just coming back. So once I will, I don't know where I left. So I will just run through this slide all over again. You have to press more on the first. So this is the first slide on the KST app. You have to press more. You go to the second page where you say pledge for margin, which is the first option on the second page. You are taken to a pledge for margin page where there are various stocks that you can pledge. In this screen, if you see, we have pledged Trent shares, 10 quantity. There is also a share in the bottom called State Bank of India. There's a checkbox against it. If you check that SBI as well, you could be able to pledge State Bank of India as well. You have to tell the number of shares that you want to pledge and then proceed with the pledge button, proceed to pledge. Once you do that, you get a message, your pledge request has been initiated. You will receive a link from NSDL on your registered email ID and contact number. Please follow the instructions on that. So once this happens, you will get this message, and your broadly what you have to do on the website gets over. All these pages are also available on all our platforms. So if you are trading on the website, you have a section called pledging there. If you are trading through our mobile desktop application called Keet, you have an option to pledge there. And if you are trading through our, you have an advisor who is helping you, advising you on buying and selling stocks. You could even tell him on the phone to initiate a pledge request on your account. So all these 4-5 ways you can initiate a pledge request. And once this is initiated, you get a message from NSDL. As of now, this message is not online. It takes about half an hour to 1 hour for you to get this message. And once that happens, this is kind of message which comes. It comes from TM NSDL DP. And it says, dear investor, your stockbroker Kotak Securities has initiated margin pledge from your NSDL Demat account number so and so. You may confirm the same by checking on this link. So once you click this link, eservices.nsdl.com, this is the last at the bottom of this message. You go into this screen. It says NSDL. It asks you for a PAN number. It will also ask you to check on that I am not a robo. And once that happens, it will ask you for some number to be punched in. Once you submit this, you go on to the next page where those shares which you had pledged in the first transaction can be seen on this page. So I'm saying this is a separate page that we have seen where a client has pledged Bank of Baroda 1 share and Equitas holding 1 share. So this is how it looks like. You now have an option to either deselect both, select one, select both, or at the top you have an option of select all request. You can click all and then you can click all and then you have to confirm this request. Once you confirm this request, you get into an OTP requirement. An OTP is sent to your mobile number. So if you see in the bottom in green, it says OTP sent successfully to your mobile number so and so and email ID so and so. This OTP has to be punched in on this page. Once you put that OTP at the bottom of the screen here, you then get a message margin. So then your entire process gets over. Your stocks get pledged in favor of Kotak Securities, and now these stocks can be treated as margin for the purpose of giving you margin for buying and selling shares. I would want to tell you that currently this process has some lag. So once you create a request in Kotak Securities, it takes about 1 hour for you to get this NSDL link. And once you click on this NSDL link, we get this message at our backend. As of now, we are giving the margin against this stock only on the next day. So if you do this process on Monday, you get margin only on Tuesday. However, we are working with the depositories to streamline this process. And I think in about 15 days time to about a month's time, all this process will be automated and you should be able to get margins immediately. Having said that, as of now, whatever you pledge today, the margins are available only on the next day. Now, a couple of questions that clients keep asking us. The first question being the customers, how do I sell pledged securities? So is it easy for them to sell pledged securities? The answer to this question is the customer's journey of selling securities does not change at all. The broker should be able to release the pledge and paying the securities to the clearing corporation before the due date. So that is what the answer is. If you sell anything which is pledged, Kotak Securities will unpledge these securities and will give these shares into the broker's pool and subsequently for early payment to the clearing corporation. So the life for the client doesn't change. The broker will unpledge and give these securities as paying to the clearing corporation. What if I do not pledge? So pledge is not a term that is not going well with a lot of clients. So a lot of clients have been asking, I don't want to pledge my stocks. So the answer that I would want to give you on this is that you've been trading with Kotak Securities for a very long period of time. The life remains the same. Earlier, you were technically giving Kotak Securities the full demat account as margin by way of a power of attorney. Now you can pledge it in favor of Kotak Securities. Kotak Securities cannot use this pledge for any reason except for giving you stock as margin. So we can't misuse it. We can't do anything about it. The entire stock that you pledge in favor of Kotak Securities is only and only used as margin for your buying legs or selling legs. So I'm saying, I just want to assure everybody on this call that it is absolutely safe to pledge stocks in favor of Kotak Securities. There is no problem at all. However, if you so decide not to pledge in favor of Kotak Securities, you need to give cash as margin or some other, you can give fixed deposit as margin. Only then can you trade with Kotak Securities. So fixed deposit, you will have to again lean in favor of Kotak Securities, but cash has to be transferred online. So if you're trading with cash, you must be knowing that you have to go into the funds transfer section and transfer funds from your bank account to Kotak Securities, and that can be treated as margin. So pledging is required only if customer intends to use securities as margin in order to initiate a new position, either in equity or derivatives, in order to continue. And if you don't intend to pledge, cash margin is compulsory. Now coming to MTF positions. So now what has happened is there's another product called margin MTF, margin funding, or it is called margin trading funding, so something like margin trade funding position. So if you want to, so there is a specific circular which allows the broker to fund a client's position under MTF regulations. What this means is if you want to buy, say 100 shares of, say again, Reliance, you need not give full 100 rupees to buy those transactions. You can buy under MTF. So every stock has got a different margining requirement. There are some stocks at about 30-35%, some are even at lower levels. Bulk of them are at around 40, 45, 50%. But all these stocks you can buy for long term with Kotak Securities by paying only the margin. So you can pay a 35% stock, you can pay 35% margin, and the balance 65 will be funded by Kotak Securities securities for you to buy. Needless to say, on this 65, you will be charged interest because Kotak Securities is funding this transaction. And yes, for taking an MTF position as well, you will have to give margin. And when you buy these stocks, those stocks that you have bought also will have to be pledged in to the broker. So just to give you a sense, on Monday, you had a stock called Reliance in your demat account. You pledged it in favor of Kotak Securities to buy another 100 shares of Reliance basis the pledge that you have done. That can be done. However, the 100 shares of Reliance that you bought need to be pledged in favor of Kotak Securities by T plus 2. So once you buy, you will have to pledge it in favor of Kotak Securities, and you can buy stocks on MTF. What is release? How to release? What is release or unpledge? So there's a question that people keep asking: how do you unpledge or release this option? When a customer intends to either sell the pledged securities or move them to another demat account, such securities must be first released. So as I was telling you, once you sell a stock, Kotak Securities has to unpledge the stock, transfer it to broker pool, and then give it for early paying. There is a mechanism of unpledging these stocks as well. So if you sell, we will unpledge. If you want to move these stocks out from Kotak Securities DP into some other DP, or probably your personal DP where the PO is not with Kotak Securities, you need to unpledge this stock. As of now, this mechanism is not available on the front end. We are building this, and I think as I said, another 15 days to 1 month's time, an unpledged mechanism should be available on our front end side. I think both depositories and brokers, they are all running against time to get their systems in place. There have been technology issues in the last week, 10 days. Things are much better. They are far more stable now. But yeah, there is ground for both brokers and for depositories to cover. We believe in the next 1 month's time, we will be far more equipped than we are right now to give you these options of release and unpledge in the front end. As of now, it is an offline process. You will have to give an offline instructions to unpledge the stock if you want to move it out, and if you want to sell it, we will unpledge it ourselves and deliver it to the brokers pool. In case of selling of such securities, KSL will release such securities and complete the paying. In case the securities need to be moved to another demat account, the request to release the pledge needs to be made to the broker. KSL will release this pledge after completing the necessary checks. So I'm saying this brings me to the last slide. I hope that I have given you a very clear understanding of what these circulars are. Broadly, just to summarize the whole thing, two things have changed. Upfront margin is now compulsory. I am just closing this. I will close this, and now I come back. In short, upfront margin is compulsory, and now for pledging your stocks, for taking stocks as margin, you will have to pledge these stocks. So these are the two changes. I will now probably request Amrita that if we can go on for Q&A. I think we have a long list of Q&A which has already come. So Amrita, you there?
Yes, Ashish, thank you so much. The session was absolutely insightful. I'm sure this will help many people. We come to the next session of this seminar, rather the webinar, where we'll be taking questions that has been sent to us by the audience who's listening to this particular and watching this particular webinar. So the moderator for this particular session will be Mr. Maulik Shah. Maulik is the Associate Vice President of Products. He leads the equity products at Kotak Securities and will moderate the questions received and get these addressed from Ashish. So over to you, Maulik.
Thank you, Amrita. Thank you, Ashish, for the insightful session. We've got a lot of questions, but most of them are already covered in your presentation. Let me still ask you a few pressing ones. And to open with, obviously, we both know the challenges that customers have faced. And let me ask you, what are we doing to kind of enable the customers, or at least ensure that they face lesser of these challenges going ahead?
Yeah, thanks, Maulik. So broadly, to explain, I think the first 10 days of the changed regime have been difficult in terms of technology. I think both depositories and all brokers, needless to say, each broker, I think they are working overtime to sort out all these technology issues. But a couple of issues that we have seen, which clients have faced, are: number one, if you pledge, suppose you have about 10 scripts in your, so I'll take a couple of them which come onto my mind right now. Is, suppose you have got about 10-12 scripts in your demat account, and you want to pledge the entire holding of your demat account. The number of pledge requests, messages which come from NSDL, are based on the number of scripts that you pledge. So technically speaking, if you got 12 scripts, you are hit with 12 messages in one go. They come one after the other. However, the good part is you need not go into each and every message and pledge. Any of those messages you can click, and you will be able to pledge all the 12 stocks through in one go. So I'm saying that is one issue that clients have been facing. They have been saying they are being hit by far too many messages. Second thing is also that I think it has been a learning for all our clients, and we didn't want all our clients not to know. So we have also initiated a lot of pledges from our side, where there were open exposures of a client, there were debit balances of a client. Because if you do not pledge stocks against that debit balance or against that open exposures and derivatives, uh, the broker will have been left with no choice but to sell those stocks. So I'm saying we have been sending messages to all our clients saying, pledge these stocks because you have a debit. I think these messages will keep coming to you for next few days as well. So if you have a debit balance and if you are getting a message from a broker, you will have to go onto this link and pledge stocks in favor of a broker, and then only those positions can be held. Otherwise the broker will have no choice but to square off those positions. So I'm saying people are getting multiple messages on this side, and that has been one irritant for the customers. But I think once things settle down, I think things will be much smooth. I think we'll have to give about a month's time to all the brokers to settle, and I think things will be in far better shape. uh, Another thing has been, a lot of clients have not been getting SMSs. A lot of clients who have pledged on the site have not been able to get messages from NSDL. So I just wanted to make one thing clear to you: is these messages go to a client basis the mobile number and email ID registered in your demat account. So what has happened in many cases is, a client opened a demat and a trading account with the broker, say 10 years back. In those 10 years, his email has got changed, his mobile has got changed. He has come back to Kotak Securities and probably updated his mobile and email ID on the trading account, which was required for him to get messages on trade confirmations and stuff like that. The client has probably not updated the mobile number and email ID in his demat account. So what happens is, these messages come on the basis of the email and mobile registered in his demat account. If at all you are trying to pledge and you are not getting messages from NSDL, uh, or you are getting a message either on your mobile and not getting a message on your email ID, be very clear: either your email ID is an old email ID or it is not updated. And if you're not getting on the mobile, maybe your mobile number is an old mobile number. So to get messages seamlessly, you will have to connect back to your broker. And in our case, you will have to call us on our customer service, and you have to go through the process of updating your mobile number and email ID in your demat account. So these are broadly the couple of irritants. And even after that, where your mobile and email has been right, the sheer volume of messages, in some cases where clients have not got these messages have got skipped. But I think the entire system is now working to make sure that all these processes get back into shape. And once these get back into shape, I think you will not feel issues technically on messages not coming to you or OTP not coming to you. These will all get resolved over a period of time. But yeah, I think things have been a little difficult over the last 10 odd days. I think as we stand here, things are much better. We are in much better shape, and probably going forward, things will improve further.
Very valid point, Ashish, because a lot of customers have actually asked that they've initiated a pledge request, but they have not received any communication whatsoever from the depository. So, very valid point. Probably they need to check their mobile number and email ID, which is mapped to their Demat account. Um, you've time and again repeated about early pay-in and how is it connected to selling stocks from their Demat holding. Now, it's a recurrent question by a lot of people that if I do not have any margin, I just have few stocks in my Demat account, do I need to pay you to sell those stocks?
So I believe I have covered this question in my presentation as well, and I will try and explain this once again. Uh, if you are a kind of a client who's a simple investor who pays every time that he buys a stock and he sells every time, whenever he sells, he takes the money back into the bank account. Life doesn't change for you at all. Life changes only when you are leveraging a position or you are taking a derivative position. Only then the life changes. So, in short, if you're buying a stock, just to be very simple, if you're buying a stock on Monday, in the previous regime, your stock could be treated as margin and we were giving you time to pay money till T plus 2. Now, if you are buying, you will have to give the margin upfront in the form of cash and you will have to pay the balance amount on T plus 2. Having said that, if you're buying a stock, another example for 1 lakh rupees of Reliance, and you pay the entire money on T plus on the T day when you're putting in the order, you need not bother about margin. Pay full money and buy the stock. Similarly, if you are going to sell and you don't want to pledge, you can simply go on and sell your stocks, and on T plus 2 you will get your money back. We will manage the pain and payout at the back end. You need not pledge the stock if you are doing a simple buying and a simple selling transaction. I hope, Malik, I am able to clarify.
I hope so too. So just extending this point a little more, assume that a customer has pledged a few securities and they've got margin against that pledge. Um, how will corporate action be applicable for those pledged stocks?
Yeah, valid question, Malik. See, what happens is when you are initiating a pledge, the stocks, you are the beneficial owner of all those stocks. So whether the stocks are free or whether they are pledged in favor of someone else, these stocks continue to lie in your Demat account. So in your Demat account, you've got two types of stocks. One are free stocks and one are pledged stocks in favor of Kotak Securities. In both these cases, you are the owner. These stocks are lying in your Demat account on that specific date when corporate action was announced. So whether it is dividend or it is a split or it is a bonus, whatever the case may be, all corporate actions are due to you and they will come to you directly. So in case of dividend, whether pledged or unpledged, it will continue to come to you in your bank account, which is linked with the Demat account seamlessly the way it is coming right now. So there is no change. The life remains same as usual. There is no change in that. So whether it is any corporate action, bonus, split, dividend, rights, you will get all those corporate actions depending upon the stocks are lying in your Demat account or not. It doesn't matter whether they are pledged or not pledged.
Thanks a lot, Ashish. This is one of the most asked question today. Since we do have a lot of traders as our customers, they're asking that how can or what should be the process if they have purchased few stocks today? When should they pledge?
Right. Valid question. So, see, exchange has given a mechanism of something called a future pledge. So technically, if you buy a stock on a Monday and it comes into, well, it will come to your Demat account only on Wednesday. Exchange allows you a mechanism of pledging this stock, which is called a future pledge. So technically, on Monday itself or on Tuesday, you can pledge these stocks in favor of the broker even before these stocks have come into your demat account. This is something called a future pledge. This pledge mechanism as of now is not available on the front end. How it happens is, you buy a Reliance shares of worth 1 lakh on a Monday. These shares will come into your demat on Wednesday, but if you mark something as a future pledge, as soon as these stock come into your demat account, it will be auto pledged at the moment it comes into your demat account. So future pledge is a mechanism where you can pledge a stock that as soon as it comes into my demat account, it should be considered as a pledged holding. So this process as of now is not available on the front end. What we are starting to do coming next week is that all clients who are buying something on a specific day on a Monday, we will send request, auto generate these requests and send to all clients, where you will get a message from NSDL auto generated that these stocks you can pledge in favor of the broker on Tuesday, so that when they come into your account on Wednesday, they get pledged automatically. So it is not available on the front end. We are building it on the front end. It will take about 15 to 30 days for all these changes to happen on our front end. But till the time we are not able to do it, we will send request automatically starting next week, where you can do a future pledge of your stocks. And those stocks will be treated as margin as soon as they come into your demat account.
Thanks a lot, Ashish, for that. And last but not the least, very critical question though, what are the pledge charges?
Okay. Yes, there are charges on the pledge, and the pledge charges are, it is 30 rupees for marking a pledge and 10 rupees for the release of a pledge. So if you're, and that is on a scrip basis. So for example, if you have pledged two stocks to me, to Kotak Securities, which is, one is Reliance and one is SBI, on both these two legs, there will be a charge of 30, which is 60 rupees. And if we repledge, when you sell it, when these pledges are released, there is a charge of 10 rupees. So it will be, if you sell these two stocks, you will be charged 10 rupees on the release leg. But yeah, the charges as of now stand at 30 rupees on the pledge leg and 10 rupees on the release leg. So that brings us to the end of the presentation. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. I hope this presentation is of use to you. Amrita, over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ashish. Thank you so much, Maulik. Yes, I am also sure that this was a very, very enriching session, quite in depth actually, and I'm sure everyone enjoyed listening to your views. On behalf of our participants and Kotak Securities, I would like to thank all of you who have participated and taken time. And thank you very much for being a part of this. Good evening. Have a nice day.